Finger licking good. Let the big dog eat. If you're feeding a huge party or tailgating, this is an absolute workhorse. I'm always a big fan of low-cost, easy roasts that are full of flavor. It's affordable, it's easy, and it tastes much more expensive than it is. This is very, very muscular and lean, so you have to braise it. But it has a lot of flavor. I don't know about you, but I don't like to eat things that taste less expensive than what you paid for it. Filet mignon is a perfect example. I've had a slice of meatloaf that I thought was better than this prime cut. Now don't get me wrong, a perfectly grilled filet with nice au poivre sauce is pretty top tier. But I have a growing addiction to gambling and sometimes I'm a little light. Daddy's been getting a lot more feathers than chicken. Just a little salt and pepper mix rub. You could do this in a crock pot. You could simply bring this thing to a soft boil on the stovetop. For some reason, I just like to do it in a soft oven, about 250 degrees for about 3 or 4 hours. And a nice browning sear and a mixture of unsalted butter and canola oil. I always sadly call this a widow's roast. My husband's no longer here, but I crave a good pot roast from time to time. Under a pound. This isn't exactly a steamship. A steamship is basically a giant, slow-roasted, bone-in cow leg that you salt and herb up and jam into an alto sham for about a week. It's a specialty buy. Pure spectacle. It's designed for a ridiculously over-the-top carving station. You want to fill this up about 2/3 of the way up the side of the roast. And this applies for any size top, bottom round, or chuck roast. This little roast, I'm going to use about a can of beef broth. This is technically deglazing. We're getting a bunch of bits of flavor off the bottom of this pot. The longer you braise this hunk of meat, the more it will fall apart. I've cooked these things so darn long before they turn into beef sawdust. And that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I think the hotter banana peppers are a must. With this being such a teeny tiny roast, I'm only going to use half the jar and just a little bit of its juice. This is a tiny 1 pound bottom roast. Set it in the morning, eat it at night. Shred it all apart. It ain't the sexiest thing, but sometimes the demure girl in the ankle-length Sunday dress will surprise you. You know what I'm saying. After Bible study, things can get a little weird. And after it's done, it freezes well. I like it so that it shreds, but I don't want it to hold together when I slice it. You could make a gravy using your braising liquid with flour and milk, or my preferred method, a cornstarch slurry. I'm using this on a little Italian hoagie, a little store-bought frozen Italian loaf. I know what you guys are thinking. This guy doesn't bake his own bread? No. I don't do no pastry baking. Boring. I'd rather jam an ice pick in my testicle. Put a little butter and paprika on your bread. Finger licking good. Pot roast. This thing was a beast. But surprisingly lean. Velveeta. It's sort of like cheese. I made a little cheese sauce with Velveeta and some milk. And put on the jalapenos. Cheese it up. Glug, 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 glug. It's about 1 part Velveeta, 1 part milk. Nothing too complicated. If you wanted to, you could serve this just like a traditional pot roast with some Parmesan mashed potatoes and some Italian green beans.